What's up, people? This is Brewing Daddy coming at you from down south. We're about to brew up something special today. We're gonna be brewing up Northern Brewer's 1 gallon dead ringer recipe with you. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get it. All right, we're gonna unbox our 1 gallon dead ringer recipe from Northern Brewer. We have our dead ringer ale grains, which will go in our steeping bag that's included. We have our American ale yeast. Looks like we have 4 packages of Centennial hops. We have our gold malt extract syrup, our fizz drops, which will be used during bottling, and our instructions from Northern Brewer. They're usually really good about detailing the whole process. All right, we're ready to roll. All we gotta do is get the water in our pot. Get our propane going, and it's time to get the pot hot, baby. All right, we got our burner going. Everything's heating up. We're gonna prepare our steeping grains. Join us at home brew in the meantime. So let's get our steeping grains in our bag. Get them in our pot while our water's warming up. These gotta be in there for 10 minutes, so we'll set our timer once we put them in for 10 minutes. This particular recipe looks like it has a little bit more grains than a lot of them I've done from Northern Brewer. Nothing wrong with that. Get a knot in our bag here in case we have a boo-boo and we don't want all our grains getting out. Get that hydrated. Takes a little bit of heat to first get it warmed up, so we'll crank it up a little bit. All right, and we'll set our timer for 10 minutes and let that heat up, and we'll be ready for the next step of putting our malt extract and our first batch of hops in. Now this recipe comes with actually 2 different sizes of Centennial, so you're gonna have 2 7 grams and 2 3.5 grams, and they all go in at different times. So I believe the first one is the 3.5. We put it in first, so we'll do that once we get a boil going and we get our malt extract in. All right, closer look at our pot with our steeping grains in there, and the water's warming up. You can see we got some little bubbles on the bottom of the pot, so that means it won't be long. Got the heat up kind of moderately, and our timer is sitting at 6.5 minutes, so won't be long and we'll be pulling out the steeping grains. All right, our timer is about to go off. I've got a couple more seconds left, so we can get our grains out of here. Good. Get all them good juices to put in our malt extract. And we're going to do our first 3.5 Centennial hop. Now we're not quite at a boil, but we're very, very close to a boil. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in. Malt first. I really prefer these liquid malt extracts over the powder ones. To me, they just make a much better brew. Never ending malt. Alright. I think we got most of it out of there now. Really helps when you heat that up. We'll get our first Centennial in there. Some good smelling stuff. Get hopping here. Stir this in. So we're going to be boiling here in any second. I'll show you what it looks like. I can hear it. It's about to start rolling here in any second. So it's good timing. And we'll set our timer for 45 minutes once we get the boil going. Added in our malt extract syrup and our 3.5 Centennial hops. Got it stirred in. We're very, very close to a boil. Our burner is at a moderate flame right now. We're going to leave it like that because it's super close. We can hear it getting ready to start turning over in there. All right, so we got a slow rolling boil going on right now. Got about 35 minutes remaining. We're going to be putting in our next Centennial hops with 20 minutes remaining to 3.5. And then I believe the last one is with five minutes remaining. And then the final one will be at the cutoff of the heat. So we'll keep an eye on this and keep stirring it, making sure there's no issues with burning or sticking or overboiling. And we'll be back with 20 minutes remaining to put in that last, or second, actually, hops addition. Got a nice rolling boil going here. This is after our first hop addition and our malt addition. We lowered the heat a little bit just to keep it from boiling over and burning. And right now we're sitting at 32 or just under 33 minutes. At 20 minutes, we'll be putting in the second hop addition. All right, so we're at our 20-minute mark on our timer. We're going to put in our 3.5 grams of Centennial hops. Got another one to put in with 5 minutes remaining. That's going to be a 7 gram. And then at the very end, when we cut the heat, we'll be putting a 7 gram Centennial in also. Stir this in good. All right, and while we wait, we'll hydrate one of these home brews. Some good stuff. So we just added our second hops addition to 3.5. Got a good boil going on. Got 17, a little over 17 minutes left. With 5 minutes left, we'll add in that next to the last hops addition. Got the flame still going low. That's all you really need to get your boil like that. All right, looks like we got about 5 minutes remaining on our timer. We're gonna put in one of our 7 gram Centennial hops in. the hop in here. Stir that in. We got 5 minutes to go. We're gonna be cutting the heat off, and then we're gonna put this on ice bath to cool it down. Get it ready for the fermenter. All right, we just added our next to last hop addition in, and we're gonna be wrapping this baby up here in about 5 minutes, or actually less than 5 minutes. We got almost 3.5 minutes remaining, so we'll be cutting the heat and putting in this last package of hops. All right, we just cut our heat, and we got about 17 seconds remaining. So we're gonna go ahead and put in this last hop addition. Boil's already stopped. We'll stir this in really good, and we're gonna go get it cooling on an ice bath. And then into our fermenter. All right, so we got an ice bath here. I'll go ahead and get it all iced up. I'm gonna let that sit. And it should cool down here, maybe 30 minutes or so. And we'll be able to transfer it into our fermenter once it's cooled off. Got our wort chilling right now. We got sanitizer in our fermenter, our airlock in there soaking. Also got our yeast packet and our thermometer in there soaking, and then our lid's over here in our bucket. And it's soaking. While we cool everything off, we'll get this ready so we can fill up our fermenter. All right, we got our cooled wort here, fermenter. It's been already cleaned and sanitized, and our lid and everything. Our yeast scissors. We're gonna pour our wort into our fermenter. Smelling good too, boy. One thing I like about pouring it into the fermenter is it aerates it, and they suggest you get some air inside of the wort so that it ferments better. That air will help. And we're gonna leave all the sludge and all the hops on the pot. We're not gonna drop that in there. All right, so let's get our yeast in there. Our yeast was sanitized. Okay, we'll get our lid on. I prefer to put the lid on before I put the airlock on. The airlock has some sanitation solution inside of it to prevent any bad air going back down into the fermenter. All right, we're all set. So we're gonna put this away, cool, dark place, 2 weeks, and then we'll bottle it up. We appreciate you joining us for our brewing adventure with Northern Brewer's Dead Ringer 1 gallon recipe. We're going to be back in 2 weeks with the bottling, and we'll also have a tasting and the opening. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share us. Also visit our website, brewingdaddy.com. We appreciate it. Peace out, people.